What is going on? On the docket today, the U.S. Appeals Court has greenlit election prediction markets. Is the Bank of America system outage part of a bigger plan? Telegram game tokens Hamster Combat, ticker sign HMSTR, and Cadison, ticker sign CATI, plunge over 50%. Bitcoin has dropped to $60,300 amid Israeli-Iran tensions. Do not lose sight of the fact that Bitcoin had its best September ever. Ton Blockchain has captured literally 50% of all transactions when you exclude Solana and BNB. Ski jumpers are now going to be required to wear NFC tag suits for regulation compliance. Sean Diddy P. Combs has hired Sam Bankman-Fried's lawyer Alexandria Shapiro. An on-chain analyst reports Bitcoin indicators are actually turning positive. Crypto voter surveys show a split party preference for upcoming election. And Edward Snowden has commented on Solana, comments that nobody asked for. He basically has said it is a centralized ecosystem. This all went down at token 2049. 41 Bitcoin, basically $2.6 million, was activated from a decade-old wallet. Trump initiates KYC for WLFI Crypto Project Limited and accredited U.S. investors only. Chinese OTC crypto brokerage sees $75 billion in inflows in the last 9 months. And God's Unchained launching Tower of Dread. All of this happens on October 10th. Sui Network reaches 1 billion trading volume. And Shibarium's DeFi ecosystem surpasses 7 million TVL. Today's secret sauce: never give up on a dream just because of the time it will take to accomplish it. The time will pass anyway. You will get to the other end and wish you had been productive. Chaos to clarity, noise to narrative. It is Wednesday, October 2nd, and it is time for some rare bits. Today, the Crypto Greed and Fear Index has slid from, holy moly, we are at a 42, down 8. Goodbye, greed. Hello, fear. Market cap has reduced 4.75% in the last 24 hours, while the volume has gone up 61% as people are panic selling. Bitcoin dominance, it is up on the 24 hours, while Ethereum dominance has fallen, and we have 34 days until the presidential election. Remember, you need to be registered in order to vote. And my new pick to look at is called Meson Network, ticker sign MSN. It is up 21% on the 7-day when literally everything else is down. Meson Network is constructing a decentralized physical infrastructure network, what they refer to as DPIN. They are getting support from large community of miners. The network is composed of over 100,000 nodes, 150 countries. It has a bandwidth of about 20 terabytes per second. Meson's user-friendly technology allows various devices to contribute to the network, creating an economic cycle that connects its idle resources with business demand. This network is laying the foundation for decentralized solutions in diverse industries, attracting business growth and demand. Put it on your list of things to look into. And before we get into more stuff, I wanted to touch on some debate thoughts. I thought it was really interesting. What stood out during the debate was how closely aligned the candidates are in their shared goal of wanting to do good for the country. When you strip it all away, the blue-red shit and the party rhetoric, the perspectives really aren't as drastically different as they would lead you to believe. It brought a tone of civility, which I feel the American people absolutely deserved, offering a much-needed focus on substantive issues rather than divisive theatrics. Before we get into more news, let us check some numbers for the nerds. And look at that, the heat map is not looking too bad, and I say that just because Bitcoin has just turned green. Bitcoin still above $60,000, trading at $60,835. It is basically down 3.4% on the week and flat for the day. Ethereum trading at $2,337. BNB trading at $5.44, Solana $1.44, XRP 54 cents, Dogecoin 10 cents, Toncoin $5.35. I did not think we would see this below $5.50. Again, that was before Iran decided to drop bombs in Israel. Cardano trading at 34 cents, Avalanche $25.53. Shiba Inu, has it lost to zero? It has not. Now, I wanted to pull up my Bitcoin chart for the moment, and I have a couple things on here that I think are interesting. So, looking at this chart, this is when Iran bombs Israel. We caused this dramatic drop. The market actually recovered fairly quickly. We have trended up just slightly. What am I looking at moving forward? We have the elections on November 6th. You will see it by the first vertical line. Next up, 28th of November is Thanksgiving. This is not significant to many, but to me, it is the start of this holiday season that does not end until the end of the year. We have the post-halving kick-in all mixing with this really interesting end of the year. I think we are going to see movement to the north. I think the chart will go down again when Israel decides to respond to Iran. I think the market will shake it off and continue to move up, and once it does, it will continue to go gloriously up, in my opinion. Looking at DEX volumes, we did about $7.72 billion. We are up 21% on the weekly gain. And while I have this DeFi Llama chart up, what I want to point out is if we look at July of last year, DEX volume was about $76.81 billion. July of this year, $188 billion. We are about to go into just a monstrous time, and I am really excited about it. Next chart I have up, and this is actually a great chart, is the crypto market cap chart. These are the top meme coins by performance. And what is amazing about this chart is, one, it gives you the side-by-side view of all of these top moving coins. But what's more interesting about this, if you are not holding certain coins, you can go click up here and remove this from the chart. So you get to see actively what you are holding and what you are interested in. And I think when you look at some of these side-by-side, it is really interesting. So some of the things I'm looking at the moment. So Bonk went down with all of the other cryptos when the bombs were dropped in Israel. A lot of these things recovered. I'm looking at things that didn't recover quite as drastically as some of the other cryptocurrencies, leading me to believe there is still room for some of these to grow. One of these is Shiba Inu. It did not rebound like the others. I think Bonk did not rebound like the others. So these are just some different ways to look at things as things are transpiring in the space, because it is going to continue to be a crazy, crazy space. I'm doing a coffee horn. Looking at Polymarket with the latest news, Israel military response against Iran today, 8% chance. Will Israel target Iran? There's a stronger chance of that. Israel declares war on Iran this month in October, within the next 30 days. It is all going to be about what is happening with that part of the world. I am going to move on to brighter things for the moment. Top 5 coins visited this week: Wormhole, Athena, Sui, Layer Zero, and EtherFi. We're going to get into what the fuck news that caught my attention. Tim Walz and JD Vance had a civil vice presidential debate focusing on abortion and election integrity while emphasizing their running mates' records. Iran launched a missile strike on Israel, leading to threats of retaliation against Iran oil facilities, raising fears of a broader conflict that is brewing. We have Sean P. Diddy Combs. He is facing over 120 sexual misconduct allegations, drawing major media attention. Supposedly one of these was as young as a 9-year-old boy. The U.S. and East Coast have been ravaged not only by the recent hurricane, but the dock workers have just gone on strike. This is going to disrupt shipping and operations. My call for this morning was Token W. It is Wormhole. Wormhole is a blockchain platform that conducts multiple networks for seamless digital transfers. It was launched in October of 2020. It has transformed from a cross-chain bridge into a universal messaging protocol. Despite facing challenges, including a $326 million attack that happened back in February of 2022, Wormhole has recently secured another $225 million in funding to keep them moving forward. I love this token. I love their interaction in the ecosystem. You should put this on your list. Today, looking at who was going to be in the White House according to the gamblers and degens that facilitate Polymarket action. Trump bumped up 0.4% in the last 24 hours, and Kamala went down. All of that was off of JD Vance's spectacular debate performance, in my opinion. Let's get into some news that caught my attention. So what the fuck just happened here? The 2 tokens for the major Telegram games, Hamster Combat and Cadison, these are combined the largest airdrops in history. They went unnoticed by so much of the community. The tokens have plummeted over 50% shortly after the launch on the TON, the Ton Open Network. Now, Hamster Combat's token is down 53%, while the Cadison token is down 58%. All of this is following airdrops that left people super pissed. They seem to change the rules right at the end. Allocations are always different than expected, and people were not having it. Both tokens have faced significant volatility amid a broader market decline. Despite future plans for these games, investor confidence at the moment seems to be low, within gaming tokens often experiencing sharp swings because people are super fucking fickle. If the game is not fun, it is only going to last a moment. You can only pay people so much to interact in your ecosystem. At some point, they need to find enjoyment. Another story that caught my attention this morning is we have ski jumpers. They are going to be required to wear NFC tag suits starting next winter. This is going to ensure compliance with the governing body, the FIS. NFC chips are going to monitor suit usage, with each competitor limited to 1 suit per competition and up to 10 per season. This move aims to promote fairness and sustainability by reducing costs, especially for athletes from smaller nations. The new tech follows successful tests over the summer, and it is designed to create a level playing field in the sport. I'm super excited to see electronics come into the sporting world. Despite regulatory concerns surrounding Telegram, Open Network dominated Layer 1 blockchains by capturing 50% of all transactions. This, of course, is excluding Solana and BNB, as I said at the top of the show. Ton's success was driven by a viral token launch of Combat and Dogs, which boasts millions of active users. Major industry players, including Binance and BitGet, have all jumped on board and invested in Ton's ecosystem, further boosting its growth. Despite these achievements, concerns remain about Telegram's regulatory issues in France. Pavel, give us a message. What is going to happen? Give us some love. Let us know what is happening on your end. We hope you are doing well with all of that. Bitcoin rebounded to over $61,500. It dropped back down again. All of this is over escalating tensions in the Middle East. We've had a 4% up, 6% down. It is always crazy. October is typically a strong month for Bitcoin. The CoinDesk 20 index saw a 4.7 decrease, its largest drop in weeks, while Bitcoin struggles. Gold saw significant increases. Are you guys buying gold? Is that old-fashioned, or do you guys actually hold gold? Please let me know in the comments. Major altcoins like Dogecoin and XRP also experienced significant losses, with smaller tokens facing declines of up to 16%. Sean Diddy Combs has hired Alexandria Shapiro, the lawyer representing SBF. This was all decided in their jail cell. Holy moly. It appears that both Diddy and SBF are currently detained at Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center, with Diddy facing rejection of a $50 million bond due to witness tampering concerns. Shapiro is an experienced appellate lawyer and former clerk for the Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and she is also handling SBF's appeal following his 25-year sentence for fraud and conspiracy related to FTX. It is unclear if their shared legal counsel is linked to their time in custody in the shower, but Shapiro's recent appeal strategy for SBF may inform Diddy's case moving forward. On-chain analyst Checkmate reports that Bitcoin is no longer bearish, as several indicators have turned positive. He notes that the active value to investor ratio has just shifted from a downtrend to a neutral signal, suggesting that Bitcoin's market momentum is actually stabilizing. Additionally, the recent buyers are back in profit, improving market sentiment across the board, though it has not affected the Crypto Greed and Fear Index yet. Checkmate also observes that Bitcoin is closely correlated with gold and equities, which are experiencing upward trends in the background. As the election approaches, I begin to get into a bunch of these analytics. Census, Coinbase, and Grayscale have all revealed the number of crypto voters is rising, with many considering candidates' crypto policies and their decision. I have been talking about this for months. You need to vote with crypto. In my view, the crypto people are going to bring the most intelligent mindset into the government that will give them the opportunity to be a part of all of the other governmental problems that need smart people to get them out of the muck and mire that they are in. Republicans are more crypto friendly, it appears, 47% favoring Donald Trump Trump over Kamala Harris. Most crypto owners see clear regulations, with 72% expressing a willingness to engage more if crypto regulations improve. Do you hear that? All we need to do is get this on the docket and everybody will be on board. We have been talking about gaming being the next onboarding thing. We talked about real-world assets being the next onboarding metric. Is it the President of the United States that needs to be the onboarding mechanism that starts this run? Meanwhile, enrollment for Donald Trump's DeFi project, World Liberty Financial, is open, but participation, as I said, is limited to accredited investors due to regulatory concerns. You are only allowed to lose money if you have a lot of money. Snowden absolutely slammed Solana, labeling it as a centralized entity during a statement at the Token 2049 event. Snowden claimed that the platform mainly supports meme coins and scams, sparking mixed reactions within the crypto community. Despite his criticism, Solana has gained traction and outperformed Ethereum in various metrics, promoting predictions about its potential market growth. Enter Sui. Do we see a truly decentralized competitor? Enter Say, another truly decentralized competitor. Do these guys give Solana a run for the money in the next coming months? The controversy over centralization persists, and core developers may need to respond to these concerns before it gets out of hand. If you are still craving crypto clarity, please subscribe to my Substack. Warning, rare bits may cause hodling.